Morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for listening today. Thank you for listening in today. I pray that you're having a blessed morning. It's a beautiful Friday morning. Indeed a blessing to be alive, and just thankful to God for waking us up this morning and starting us on our way. And if you haven't told him thank you, tell him thank you, Jesus, right now, because it is a blessing to be on the other side of the grave. That means he still has work for all of us to do. But I wanted to hop on here just real quick. I won't be before you long, but I wanted to speak on how we treat others. I was just at a Walgreens here, and I was taking care of some business in there. And so the cashier, it's just in me to check on people, and I don't know, it's just the way God has built me. It's nothing that I'm doing. It's just how he's built me, made me. But I care about how other people are doing. So I proceeded to ask the cashier, how she was doing and had she been having a good morning so far. She said, "Yeah, so far, I've been having a good morning." And I said, "Yeah, people can be a little rude sometimes in this line of work." And I said, "I just wanted to see, make sure she had been having a good day." So yeah, so she went on to say that how some people do come through there and they act real mean and ugly. And she said, and then I said, we never know what's going on with the person. And she said, "Yeah, but that's not an excuse." And I said, "Yeah, that's, you're right. It's not an excuse because no matter what's going on with us or in us, we still should be treating people right. God, he still treats us good no matter how ugly and disobedient we are to him. He still is there for us. He takes care of us. He protects us. He guides us. He gives us strength. He's everything we need him to be. And so, who are we to be ugly to somebody else, his people? So, anyway, she said, we just kept talking. And so she said, "Yeah, people, that's just how people are." And I said, "Yeah, but you're right. There's no excuse to be that way." So I'm often reminded in my past, on my jobs and things like that, where people were just acting ugly. And I never will forget. There was a minister, and he said, when people are acting ugly and mean, they're acting out of character, out of the way that they would normally act. They're allowing the enemy to use them. And I said, that's very true. That's so true. But we can invite the enemy in unknowingly, and he just wreaks havoc in our lives. There's a saying by someone, just because you're not having a good day, don't go and mess nobody else's day up. And I try to think about that quite often, because you can have a not so good day. You can wake up, your stomach can be hurting, your head can be hurting, you can have car trouble, you could be late to work. It could be a lot of different things going on. But if you can either cause those things to allow those things to just disrupt your day, or you can say, "Hey, I'm still in control. God is in control of it all, and I'm not going to allow this to, cause me to be mean to anyone or cause me to act ugly to anyone." And so it's just really important to have that set frame of mind, because the enemy, he's on us from the time we get up. And I'm not giving him any glory, but he's on his job, or we on our job, or we doing what Christ would have us to do, because he's on it, from the time we get up to the time we go to bed. And even while we're sleeping, he's trying to bother us. But God will protect us through it all. And again, I'm not giving any credit to the enemy, but what I'm saying, he's doing what he's supposed to do. And so should we. But yeah, going back to that, I've had, in my past, I've had ugly things said to me, and then it'll be followed by a little joke or something. This would be maybe, family, close friends. And I'd be like, wow, did they really, that sounded like they really meant that. They'll try to follow up with a ha ha ha. But then I'm like, yeah, that must have been in your heart to say. You were just waiting on the right time to say that to me. You found you seemed like you thought this was a good time to say that to me. But we just never know how we treat other people, how that can affect them. And even as I was stating about the cashier, she said, sometimes people do come in there. And then there was another Walgreens I go to sometimes. I frequent more often than that one. And the lady said, "Yeah." I get them all the time. She said, I get people that come in here all the time. Said sometimes it's early in the morning, sometimes it's late in the evening, and they're just so ugly. And like I said, we can allow, the enemy to just override our lives and our feelings, or we can take control and say, "Not today, Satan." You're not gonna cause me to cause harm to nobody. We shouldn't wake up with that frame of mind. I'm not having a good day today, so nobody else is gonna have a good day. What kind of mentality is that? That's selfish. That's ugly. That's just not of God. And I believe there's some people that wake up like that. I had car trouble this morning, so everybody's gonna feel what I felt this morning when I woke up. And I there was another person I encountered on yesterday, and it's no glory to me, all glory to God. I love encountering when God allows me to encounter different people. I love it. He went on to say, and it really touched my heart. He was an older gentleman, and I noticed I was in the line. It was only me, another gentleman that was checking out before me, and I was behind him. But we were the only two at that time. And I was just watching how he was interacting with the man. He was trying to give the man a discount or something, and the customer said, "No, no, that's okay. I'll do it next time or something." And he said, "Oh, I was just trying to give you some points or whatever he's trying to help him." So anyway, when it came my turn to check out my few items, then I had asked him about his day, and he said, "Yeah, I'm having a good day today," which was yesterday. He said, but I can't remember what day it was, if it was even this week. But he said, the other day I had a really bad day. That's what he said. He said, it's like I just couldn't get right. That's what he told me. He said, I said, really? I said, what was going on? And he said, yeah, he said, it's just like everything I did, it just, it was just a mess that day. He said, it was just like I could not do anything right. And he said, the manager asked him, "Do you need to go home?" And he said, "Yeah, I think I do." So he said he went home, and I don't remember if he said he came back or not. I don't think we got that far, but he said he did go home to kind of get himself together. And so, but then I did inform him. I said, maybe God was, I don't know for sure. You can pray about it. I said, but maybe the Lord was trying to tell you you needed to rest. Sometimes we can give so much of ourselves, and we need to allow God to pour back into us. And or it just could have been, the enemy was trying to attack him. It was an attack from the enemy, and the Lord said, I don't even want you here. I want you to go home and rest and pray. And I believe he did say he went home and prayed, but he said yesterday he was having a really good day, and I said, well, I'm so happy. But he thanked me for talking to him, and he didn't have to thank me because I enjoy talking to everybody. But my point is that everybody goes through something. And so let me go back to his situation. He could have allowed that, how he was feeling or whatever type of day he was having. He could have said, no, I don't want to go home, I want to stay here. And that what was taking a toll on him, that not having such a good day, he could have allowed that to overtake him. I'm just saying. And then he could have just stayed at work, and then what would have happened? He would have had that effect on everybody, because sometimes we think we're hiding things, but it shows. And I've been around people, close people and not so close people, family members, and I can feel it. The God will allow me to feel that spirit from them, and I can tell that it's something, going on with them. I have things going on with me, but what I'm saying, I can feel that God gives me that. He allows me to know, say something to them or encourage them, or speak to them. They're having not such a good day. You can sometimes people, they think they're masking, what's going on with them, but sometimes it really shows. I've watched people on videos, here on this YouTube, on different other social media outlets, and I don't know if they know, but it shows. It shows through the camera. It shows. I can see, I can see like it's something going on with that person. God allows me to see that, and I'm thankful for that gift. But I can feel it through it flows through the TV or whatever I'm watching them on my phone. I can feel it. And so I'll just pray for them, because I'll be like, Lord, just keep them, watch over them, protect their mind, their heart, their soul. Whatever the enemy's trying to do, it will not work. So again, and I strayed a little bit away from what I'm trying to talk about. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much. I'm thankful that you do enjoy it. I just want to be a blessing. Must be loved. Thank you so much. But I really want to help people. I do. And God knows my heart. I'm not trying to be more than what He's created me to be, but I do care. I do really care. And I wasn't always in that place. I told the lady this morning, at Walgreens, I said I used to be in a bad place, where I didn't care. I didn't care about nobody but myself. And I always wanted me, me. It was all about me, me, me. And forget everybody else. Just give me what you can give me, so I can be happy and I can be content. But God, allowed something to happen and shake my whole life around a couple of years ago when my husband passed away. And He's just remaking me, He's rebuilding me, He's positioning me for His glory. And so I'm thankful for that. But there's so many people, as I stated, that are hurting. They're going through things, and that's their only way. They mistreat people, and they're mean to people, and it's something beneath that. I don't want to blame the person. I blame the enemy. When the enemy is to blame, he's our true he's our true enemy. He's our true enemy. But we must be careful not to allow him to use us and to, dictate to us how we're going to act and feel. We have power. He's powerless. He's powerless in our lives. When we have Christ in our lives, he has no power. So we have to deem him as such. You're powerless. So I'm just thankful. I'm so thankful, you all, that God is making me over, because there's is so many people that need you. There's so many people that need me, and so many other people in the world. They're hurting, and like I said, some people don't realize their effect on other people. You can be upset and mad at somebody, but that could just damage that person. And when you damage someone, sometimes it's hard for that person to come back. I've spoken to people that are way older than me, and they say they're talking about stuff that happened to them 20 and 30 years ago, and they're still dealing with it. It's been a struggle, what somebody said, to them, or how they treated them. And it's hard for them to trust people. It's hard for them to, you know, just get along in life. You can ask them, you should pray about it, but sometimes it can be a stronghold. It can be, because, when different things are done to us at certain points in our lives, it can really have a big effect on us. And nothing is too big for God. But what I'm saying, where we are at in that particular time in our life, that makes a difference too. So, I wasn't always walking with God. I haven't always been in this position. Like I said, I was in a bad, dark place. Whenever I was all about myself. And there was a time I go in a Walgreens or a store, I could care less what type of day you're having. Let me pay for my items, and you let me pay for them. You give me my change or whatever, and my receipt and my items, so I can leave. And I can go on to the next. It was all about me, but I do. He's changed me, and I can tell just to me, that's big area in my life. To some people that may mean that that's small, but it's really big to me, because it's really helped me. It's helped me in so many ways. But I'll share this, and then I'll get off of here. I want to share this. There was a family member, and I have to say the family member, because I need to let the enemy know that he has no power over me. So that they left a voicemail for me, and this is a pretty close family member, and it was so mean and hateful. But I prayed for them, and I asked the Lord to just give them peace, to help them, whatever they're struggling with, whatever they're toiling with, they need strength in whatever area of their life. Just help them. The enemy will not win. So I could have allowed, when I listened to that voicemail, I could have allowed that to just wreck my rest of my day. Now, I'm not going to lie, it did upset me. It did upset me, but I did not allow it to overtake my day, to rule my day, you know, to just dominate my day. I heard it, I deleted it, and I went on with my day. I did get upset, but I asked the Lord to take that from my heart because I don't want any meanness or any hate or anything in my heart. So I said, Lord, just take care of it. And so, but that was very hurtful that a family member would do that. A lot of people use the voicemail as a cop out. There's so many things about, and this is getting a little bit off the subject, but it's related. But voicemail is not intended to hide behind or to say ugly and mean things to people. That's not what it was created for. It's created when you can't talk to them, directly. You leave a voicemail. It's a mail, it's a voicemail. That's what it is. Your voice is in their mailbox. It's not to be ugly. It's not to be, rude or anything like that. Who wants to go in their phone or and play something and be hurt? Who wants to do that? Who wants to do that? Nobody. So, I prayed for the family member and I said, Lord, just touch them. Just touch them like only you can and only you will. And it's out of my hands. I'm not going to be sitting up all night worrying about that and acting mean, trying to get back at them. Well, let me call them back and let me, uh, uh, see, can I do it to them? Why? That's taking away energy from me. I want to go to heaven. I want to see Jesus face to face. I don't have time for foolishness. So, I've come a long way because there was a time in my life where I had a get back spirit. You know, somebody do something to me or say something out of the way to me, I had to get them back. I had to get them back every time. And if it was either if I couldn't, I'm just being honest. If I couldn't get them back that day, I try to get them back the next chance I had. I would get them back by words or deeds, and wouldn't try to hurt them or anything like physically, but I had to do something to get them back, because I had to let them know I was not to be messed with. But when we're in Christ and He's transformed our hearts and minds, we're no longer, entertaining that get back spirit. I call it get back because you're trying to get them back. That's what you're trying to do. So we have to let that go and give them, over to God and let God just do what He will do. Because the truth of the matter is, God can and will handle people way better than we can ever handle them. We can think of the best way to handle them. It's not His best way. He'll get them a whole different type of way. But that's not for us, to be wishing that upon them. We need to pray for them. But what I'm saying, He'll take care of them. So we don't have to worry about that. So, I just wanted to hop on here and share that because that just really that bothers me when people say mean things to people, but what flows out of them is coming from their heart. So pay attention to what they're saying and how they're treating others because it's a message in it, and like I said, a lot of times it will come across like a joke, or they'll come across like, oh, I didn't mean that. Yeah, they meant it. If you said it, you meant it. And there's a saying too, people say tell the truth. I've never really drank, so I don't really know, but I have family members that use or have drank heavily, have drank alcohol heavily, and they say, yeah, I feel like or people will say they tell the truth when they drink. So like they said, they don't, drunk men don't lie or something like that. I forget how the saying is, but and then if you listen to them when you're around them, you're like, wow, they're saying all kind of things, but most of it is the truth, And because I've been around family members that drank heavily, and I'm like, what are they talking about? They'll talk about something way back years ago, but and then I'll ask somebody else in the family and say, yeah, that's the truth. They're telling the truth. So again, when we allow whatever comes out of our mouth, like I said, it's that's what we want to say. It's not a mistake. It's not oops, no. You meant to say it because we have that mind where we can think before you speak. You can think, before you even say things. So, we have that capability. But again, pay attention to what they say to you and how they say it to you because, there's, like I said, there's a message in it. And treat people the way that you want to be treated. Don't go around being ugly to nobody, and like I said, don't have what I used to have years ago, to get back spirit. Don't allow them to rule you. Don't allow their feelings and emotions to jump over into you because, you know, um, some people are just hurting. And it's the saying too, hurt people hurt people. So, when people are going through things in their lives, sometimes they just say, hey, I've had all I can take of this, so somebody else gonna feel what I'm feeling. But that's not really God. That's not God's way at all. That's not how He wants us to do. So we just have to be mindful that we are treating people. And I also have something else. I want people to leave better than how they came to me. Like, I'm not God or anything. No, I'm not. I could never be. But what I'm saying, we all should have that mindset. The way how we are, maybe if how they're feeling, they were feeling down and out. But maybe when they finish talking to us or laughing with us about something, they feel better. That's what will make the world a whole lot better place, when somebody leaves better than the way they came to us. And then whatever we can't do, let God take care of the rest, because He will. But it is, again, it's a blessing to be able to help people, to talk to people. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I pray that God continues to bless me in this area of my life because it helps me so much when I'm going through things. Because I don't always, we all have things, issues that we're dealing with. And when I'm going through, that's almost like gold, like somebody's giving me gold. It's like money in the bank when I can deposit something into somebody else and it comes right back to me. And I'm just like so full, and it fills me up. Like, say, like, think of it this way: you filling your gas tank up, you're on almost at E, and you go and do something nice and beautiful and loving to somebody, and you're on full. You're past full, really. So that's how I feel when I can help somebody else, because it's worth it all. It is. And remember this: whatever we do, God sits high and He looks low. So He's watching everything that we're doing. And He's watching everything that they're doing to us. So, don't be so consumed with, I have to take care of, you don't. You don't have to take care of them. God will take care of them. All you can do is pray for them. Just pray for them, and just pray for them to be released of whatever is bothering them and however they're acting towards people, and go on about your day. But again, do not allow how people treat you and how they act towards you. Don't allow that to affect you, where it just consumes you and it allows you to treat others that way. That's not what the Lord has for us. And like I said, back in the day, there would be things that would happen to me, and it would definitely take over my whole day. And that's back when I was in my 20s, but no longer am I bound to that. The enemy has no power. He's powerless. I like to say that. He's powerless. So he has no power in that area anymore in my life where, I'm so consumed with what people have said to me or that what they do to me. God has given me tough skin, and I can, somebody can walk up to me in the store and just curse me out. And I'll just say, I'll pray for you. It will hurt my feelings, yeah, but I'm not gonna try to retaliate. I'm not gonna try to, kick them or hit them. I'm not gonna do any of that, because I want to go to God in prayer for them, because there's something going on with them if they feel like they have to do that to somebody else. Because like I said, there's people, and I'm gonna say this: there are people that are hanging on a thread that you are around every day in a store, in a church, in a movie theater, wherever you God may place you, and they need some type of encouragement. They need you to say, "Hi, hi, hi, how are you doing?" Are you having a good day? Or, maybe you notice something that they're doing, and maybe you can ask them a question or something about it. They need that. They need that interaction, because there are people contemplating things that you have no idea that they're contemplating. And you just have to be mindful of how you treat people, what you say to people. It matters. It matters, y'all. And we can say, well, I said that and that's the way I felt and that's how I said it. No, no. You can damage somebody by what you say to them. So, be mindful of that, because once those words are out there, you can't take them back. You can ask for forgiveness, but they're out there. That person, it's been deposited into that person, and you know, the damage has been done. And so then, yes, you can ask forgiveness and repent of those things, but you know, that person could be have a hardened heart, and they could say, I don't know. You did the damage. I don't want to talk to you anymore. So they could call, and then that person can go on about their business, and you could cause that person to be ugly. I don't know, to everybody else in their life. So we have to be mindful. We do, and I try my best. I pray that I'm being a blessing to somebody. I pray that God is pleased with my life now. I haven't always been, doing what I should be doing, and I'm still not doing everything I should be doing. We're not perfect, but when we're striving to be more and more like Jesus every day. And so we have to be mindful of who we're around and how can we help them. It's not always about money, you know it's just about words sometimes. How can we help bless somebody else? How can we, whatever we're going through, you know in our life, what can I do, Jesus? Show me, who can I help today? Who can I say something to somebody that will help them change the course of their day? Can I hug them? What can I do? What can I do? Can I help them with, maybe they got car trouble, maybe they need $10, maybe they need $20. What can I do to help somebody? That's my prayer. That's my everyday prayer, y'all. And what can I do? Because again, it matters to Jesus what we're doing down here. And you know um, we just have to be careful how we treat people and what we say to people, because they're listening, and most of all, God is listening. So I pray that this has been a blessing to someone. I pray that the Lord just continues to encamp his holy angels around you all. May he shine his holy and precious light in all of your lives and in your family's lives. And please remember just to treat people the way you would want to be treated, and to be just, watch what you say to people. And then pay attention to what people are saying to you. And then when they are saying mean things to you, pray for them. Just say a silent prayer to them, or sometimes you can with them, or sometimes you can just pray with them if the Lord leads you to do that. But again, there's something going on with them. There's a door they've opened to the enemy, where they've allowed the enemy to overtake them, and that's what's causing them. It's not the person, it's the spirit, evil spirit. So be mindful of that. Don't get mad at the person. We're mad at the enemy, because he's the one who comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So be mindful of that everywhere you go. Ask the Lord to, who can I help today? Who can I help today? You know, you don't have to be digging in your pocket all the time for money. Who can I help today? By word or deed. Show me, Jesus. Who can I help? And God He will do it. He steered me. I'll be going one place and He'll tell me to go another. So He'll do it. And that's how I know He hears our prayers. He hears our prayers. So be mindful of what you're praying for, and be expectant of Him to answer the prayers. Be expecting Him to show you what you can do to help somebody. Because more than you know, God has purposed you to help somebody. And you may think that you're not equipped to do it, but you are. You are. Because I used to think that same way. God, who can I help? I'm in a mess myself. But He showed me time and time again, I can help a lot of people. You can too. You know, all we have to do is ask Him, and He'll show us the way. So again, thank you for listening, and I just pray you have a beautiful, blessed weekend. And uh, I love you, but remember, God loves you more. And thank you so much for listening to this video. I pray that it has been a blessing to you all. Bye bye.